dating or in relationships, and you're probably sitting there sometimes second-guessing yourself. How do I know that I found the one? And so that's what we're going to spend some time talking about right now, whether you're dating or in a relationship. So maybe you should be reconsidering things if some of these points are not being, you know, fulfilled in your life.
And this is a fun topic for those of us who are married. I think it's a great topic for us to think about. What was that moment, right, that we know? So, I mean, for those of us who are married, we can kind of think about it from that side. But then for those of us who are dating, for us to think about as well. And I have to say, it's always so fun for me to do these segments because, of course, I'm going to talk about it with Brent at home, and he's like, oh, what are you talking about on City Line? And sometimes it's just the power of the right question. So I asked him, I said, you know, hon, when did you know? We've been married for almost 15 years. I have never asked him that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's coming up on 15. And I've actually never asked him that question. And then he started telling me the most amazing answer. I'm like, okay, stop. Email it to me because I want to share it on City Line.
Was he okay with that?
He was okay with it. So I know. So I'm sharing with the world. I know.
I can tell everybody.
I know. So here's what he said, and I thought that, and he's not like the, you know, he's not like a huge romantic guy. That's more my thing. But here's what he said. He goes, I knew I was really in love with you much more than ever before because I was totally distracted, intoxicated, emotionally speaking, folks.
Oh my God.
I know. And overcome by the thought of you. Never before had I fallen so deeply for someone. I knew this was different. It was the real deal.
Oh,
I'm like, oh,
that's beautiful.
I know. I'm like, what are you doing later tonight? Woo! You free tonight?
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? But I thought, wow, that was really interesting. So for those of us who are married, ask your spouse.
What was that moment?
What was that moment?
Yeah, I think he's told me and I've forgotten over the years.
Okay,
I know
you might want to ask him again, Tracy.
We're really romantic, as you can tell. I know my moment when I started to move from, you know, I want to be single to, hey, maybe this guy's the one. I was saying upstairs, I was a serial monogamist for so long. I always had a boyfriend for many, many years. And then I said, well, I'm really going to be single. And then Leo came along and he was so good to me. Aww. But I was like, no, I need to be single because I need to know who I am and blah, 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 right? Late 20s. And one day we had a great date. It was a breakfast date. He cut up fruit for me. He melted chocolate on a double boiler. He went out and he bought the Globe and Mail, the Toronto Star, and the National Post. Understand, we were both big journalists at the time. And we poured over 3 newspapers and fruit dipped in chocolate the entire morning talking.
Oh.
Like we could have talked forever. And I thought to myself, my gosh, this is good. This is kind of everything I've wanted in a mate. And then I proceeded to play hard to get for the next 3 months. And
which guys love.
I don't know if he loved it that much by the end. So I had to sort of switch gears and be like, okay, no, you're the one. Let's do this. So let's talk about the list that you need to have. I love sign number 1.
Sign number 1.
It's a big one for me.
He supports, this is what we know, he's going to support your dreams and goals.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yeah, so a great guy is going to be, he's not going to be threatened, especially with strong, confident women. You need to find a guy that's going to be like, you go, girl. They're not going to be threatened by it, they're going to encourage it. So that's a huge sign.
Help you.
Yes. Sign number 2, he's the first person you call. So whether or not you've got like really good news or really bad news, you think to yourself, like, and even as adults, we can think to ourselves right now, who's the first person we call? Do we call our spouse? Do we call our girlfriend? Do we call our mom? Who's that first person we call? But it's a good sign when he's the first person that we actually want to call.
Okay, that's good. Good things to look at if you're in a relationship right now. Okay, he challenges you in a loving way. That is a big one.
And this one was mine. This was mine. So I felt like I was like totally attracted to him the first moment actually I saw him. But the moment I knew, we'd been dating for about a month, and we were having dinner, and I could tell he was kind of thinking about something. I said, what are you thinking about? He goes, really? Do you really want me to share with you what I'm thinking? I'm like, yeah, I do. And then he proceeded to challenge me on something, but he did it in such a loving way that I was like, oh, it was so attractive to me because, you know, all the other guys I've been dating, they kind of, nobody challenged me. Like, I think, you know, there's a proverb, iron sharpens iron, that in a really great relationship, you chisel each other, you sharpen each other to become better. And that was, for me, that was my moment when I knew that this is the one for me.
I think you should be able to be with someone who can call you out.
Yes, in a loving way.
In a loving way, for sure. I know I'm not going to get away with any kind of bad behavior, and he knows the same thing because we will be called out. And it is in a loving way, as annoying as it is sometimes. But it's in a loving way. It's coming from a good place. I think that's a great sign in a relationship. Oh, embracing the silence. That's the next sign. I'm all about that.
And that's a really fun part, especially when you're dating, when you realize that you don't really have to talk.
Yeah.
You can just be. You can be, driving the car. You're not having to kind of think about, okay, what do I have to say?
Yes.
There's such a comfort around being who you are and being with this person that you can actually just enjoy it. And that's also for great friends as well.
I was just going to say that.
Right?
That is a huge one with great friends as well. You don't have to fill in every little space.
Yeah.
You're okay to sit in silence. The silence is golden.
Yes.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
Sign number 5, that you actually go through all 4 seasons. I really recommend this with clients. You go through all 4 seasons together.
Yeah.
Like literally all 4 seasons. Specifically, though, making sure you're going through at least one stressful period in that dating relationship.
You mean seasons as in like weather seasons?
Yeah, I do.
So
actually,
that's, you mean
like
literally?
Literally, I mean like go through a whole year.
Yeah.
And making sure that you have at least something in that you actually have something that's a little bit tricky. And the reason is because anybody can be loving and nice when everything's like roses and fun, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really see a person's character until you see them in a stressful period.
Right. Think about the Bachelor series.
Exactly.
Of course you're in love.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in a helicopter in Maui, right? Everything seems perfect.
Everything's perfect. Of course you're gonna fall in love.
We don't have a mortgage.
Yeah, exactly.
We have no taxes to pay. Life is sweet. Someone's cooking for us.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's
not
really, really important for people to kind of go through something that's kind of stressful to see how does that person deal with it. Are they letting it out on you? Are they like what are they actually doing? So it's very, very important.
That is the truth. Yeah. Okay, we have more, but we're going to do those. Let's do them online.
Perfect.
Okay, we'll put it at cityline.ca if you want to hear the list, the rest of the list. Music is such a huge part of life, and I think such a huge part of relationships. If you found your true love, or if you are still looking for the right one, head over to the Cityline DJ booth to listen to our latest Spotify playlist. It sounds a little bit like the baby that you hear in the background right now, because that's what happens when love materializes into marriage and babies. We've got a playlist from DJ Lissa Monet. It's music to fall in love with at cityline.ca/DJ booth.